Welcome everyone to today's vlog. I guess this is like my first vlog. I wanted to vlog kind of the behind the scenes on setting up for a small business and just the realities of it. And that's where we're at. I asked you guys on Instagram if you wanted to kind of see those behind the scenes, and it was an overwhelming yes. So that's why we're here right now. So obviously, before we jump into anything, definitely subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the year. Fingers crossed. And yeah, I would just love to have you here, and make sure you like and comment. That really helps me out. Okay, so I am currently in the spare bedroom that we have downstairs. So we ended up actually getting rid of this bed. I don't know if I showed any video before with it, but we did end up getting rid of the bed and we gave it to someone who really needed it. So that opened up that space. This we're going to keep in here. I'm going to use it as some storage for now. We'll probably end up selling it later, but that's just how it is. Same with this dresser. I'm going to probably figure out what to do with this. Probably just end up selling it or something. As of right now, it's just a placeholder for all these random little things. So this is the layout of the room from the doorway. And so this is going to be the office and business room for the company. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a desk to go here, and it's going to house all of my art supplies and things like that. So that way I can actually have all my things look like centralized in one spot, and then I can work on all my books and everything here. I do want to get like a lamp, like a floor lamp or something here, because I do want to have the space to be pretty cozy when I'm working on stuff. So I'm really wanting that, but I'll probably go to the thrift store for that. This printer is my mortal enemy tonight. I'm going to try to figure that guy out, figure out what's going on. It just has not wanted to work. Other than that, we'll have to figure out some spaces for these things. We'll throw them in the other storage area. I do need to get some shelving units for the books for when they come in. And then I'm going to set up a packing station here as well, so that way it's all together. And so I'm going to be getting a pegboard to then house all of the shipping supplies and things like that. So, but other than that, I'm just kind of reusing whatever I can in this space just to save on money, especially in the beginning. So of course, in the future, I would love to get just like a really cute and cohesive area, but this is the reality of starting a small business. You just have to save money where you can. So I am really excited too, because as you guys know, I am currently in my Kickstarter right now. And by the time I post this, either the Kickstarter will close out or be like at the very tail end of it, and it will not hit unless something like totally crazy happens. It just won't hit, and that's totally okay. Like, I anticipated that was like a possibility, and that was kind of like what I was expecting to happen. So I'm still going to be giving special things to the Kickstarter backers when everything like finally launches later down the line. So I will still autograph their books for them for online sales. And then I will autograph, because now the Kickstarter's not hitting, I will also autograph like at launch parties and things like that. So that's going to be kind of fun. I'm really excited for that too, but that's obviously going to be next year once I actually have the books. So that being said, we will probably be ordering the books ourselves, and it's just one of those startup costs of a small business, but it really is, other than like the desk and some other things like that, I mean, it's really kind of the only actual business product cost that we've had to spend on. But other than that, I've kept all the costs like down. So like, we're reusing our own printer. I'm going to try to get the sucker to work. I want to do as much in-house printing as possible to save on cost. And then eventually down the line, it may get to the point where I just have to outsource it just for time. But for right now, it's just one of those things when you're starting up, you just have to do whatever you can to save money. And that's where I'm at. So that's what I'm doing now, is I'm going to try to figure out this friggin' printer. I've tried figuring this out in the past. It just like doesn't want to connect to the internet. It's just been kind of throwing me issues. I mean, it was working just fine up until like one point, and then it's just kind of sat here dormant for a while. So I'm going to just see if I can fix it. So we'll see how long this takes me. And then what's going to be fun is I want to get this done as soon as I can. And then I'm going to go back upstairs and start working on book 2. And I know some people may be wondering, why are you even talking about book 2? I wanted to move you guys down here for a minute while I talk about book 2 for a second. So the reason I wanted to kind of get started on book 2 is for multiple different reasons. So for one, for me, having books as like my product to sell, obviously I'm going to have other items as well. I'm going to have, I'm going to have some fun stuff. I don't want to give everything away. I will have like a video when we're like a few weeks away from the launch of the website. I will do like an entire product, like what I'm doing. But I'm going to have fun stuff like bookmarks and other digital products. I'll probably have some copies that you can buy, like some prints. And that'd be really cute for like a nursery or things like that. So I'm going to have some really fun things. And with that, with having like books as my main component, like my main product, the lead time for those things are like 3 months. So I have to always keep that in mind. And because I can't turn around and just quickly order more and have them here within a couple weeks, it just doesn't happen. So I have to keep that in mind, like whether I'm ordering like restock or if I'm needing to order like a certain quantity, I have to keep this all in mind. Like, how long is that going to last me? How long is that quantity going to last? And it just has to make sense, like financially, like price per piece. But then because I'm wanting to roll out more books as well, I just always want to have more books like in the pipeline, always going. So because I'm now at the very tail end of this one, I now have like the mental space to start working on my next one. So this next one's going to be really fun because it's going to be a little bit different than the one right now, the one that I'm launching first. This first one, it feels very traditional and very classic. And I did that for a reason. But with this one, I wanted to kind of have a little more fun with it. And so it's going to be more of a rhyming style book. It's still going to have a lot of classic themes to it. It's going to still feel traditional. I'm still pulling inspiration from the classics. Like, that'll never change. That's how all my books are going to be. But it is going to be more fun. And it's going to be a little more colorful. And I will probably do some mixed media on it, which I think will be really fun too. Because this first book, the Theodore James book, I did all in colored pencil. And that was for a reason. I mean, like I've said before, everything I do is for a reason. And so I chose that for the overall like feeling and vibe, I guess, of the book. I did that for a specific reason. So for this next one, I'm going to be doing, I think, a mixed media piece, which will be really, really fun. I'm really excited because it also pushes me as like an illustrator, but it also keeps me creatively. It keeps me like, it keeps all that stuff flowing for me because I don't want to get stagnant. And then I even have the idea, I already know the next book after that I want to do. And that one for sure I want to do in watercolor. And I think that one's gonna be a really, really fun book because I don't think I've seen any children's books kind of around the story. So around this whole idea. So I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about this company and where it's gonna go. We are very, very close. So I'm wanting to order the books I should be able to order them by next week. If not, I could order them sooner. We just need to figure out like quantity. That's like the biggest problem right now is trying to figure out like what to gauge on with everything. But then we don't want to overbuy and then be like sitting on books for so long and having to obviously pay on the books. So it's just one of those things we just have to kind of figure out and still kind of play it a little safe, especially in the beginning, but don't play it too safe. And then we like sell out and then we don't have anything for 3 months. So that's just kind of the stress there. So, but we're going to figure that out. And one thing, so I talked about this on my Instagram. So if you're not following me over there, definitely hang over there with me because I'm over there almost daily, pretty much daily. And I give a lot of insights to like what's going on behind the scenes and just gives insight on like this whole process because this whole business that I'm starting now, I feel like I have a hard time finding other people who are doing the same thing. So I find tons of small businesses, tons of awesome small businesses that I would love to work with in the future, but I have a hard time finding other people who are starting like their own self-publishing company in a sense to house their books and things like that. So I wanted to just kind of give insight on what it's like to do this in case you're wanting to do the same thing. So definitely follow me over there. But one thing that I did mention over there, if you are doing a children's book, if you're wanting to start a children's book, one thing that I would so recommend, and I'll put up some clips here, is to, when you're sketching out your book, so once you've nailed your manuscript and you're ready to start illustrations, do some rough sketches. They don't even have to be to size, which I didn't do. I didn't do them to size the first time around. You just sketch them out the way you think you're wanting to do each spread, and then hanging them all up on the wall. And I had them like this on the wall for probably like a month. So bless my husband's heart. He was such a good sport about it. But this way you can see everything so visually. You can see it at a glance, because the thing with a children's book, to other people, it may feel like X amount of different spreads, like they're just all separate pieces. But in all reality, it's one long art piece there to help tell a story. So you kind of have to think of it that way. And so by putting it up on the wall, you can see everything at a glance. And so with that, because that's part of like my process, I'll have to leave a wall blank. So it's just going to be kind of deciding which one I want to leave blank. It'll probably be the one over my desk. I think that is going to be the one that makes the most sense, because it'll be right there. And then I also do like sketches of all the main characters, and I have that up as well, just to kind of help really get me in the world of my characters. And I'll also sketch out, like, I'll figure out what colors I want to use. I'll even sketch out maybe their homes and things like that. So whatever helps me kind of get into that world, like, helps me. So I would highly recommend that if you're doing anything like a children's book or anything visual where you're gonna have multiples of something. I would really recommend it. Oh my gosh, I think I finally freaking fixed it. I think the printer is all fixed. I had to basically like re-troubleshoot the Wi-Fi and then reconnect it, and I had to restart it for the laptop, but it printed. It printed, which is amazing. I have gone through this so many times, and it's finally actually working. So that's freaking awesome. Now I just need to look up and make sure that I can actually print on thicker paper, which I'm pretty sure it can, but I just need to double check that. But other than that, it's almost 9:40. I am going to go upstairs and just sketch for a little bit. So I'm going to just wrap this up here for now. But anyway, so that was really fun. So I hope you enjoyed this little random vlog. I will definitely take you guys along with me when it comes to like setting up this room and all that kind of fun jazz. So this is just the very beginning, but this is the reality of starting a business, especially from home. So just want to give real insight on how it is. Nothing glamorous here. Nothing glamorous here. So definitely make sure to subscribe. I'd love to have you around and follow me on this journey, and comment down below what you would like to see next in this journey of starting a small business and what questions you have for me. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.